From MVP in 3 straight seasons averaging a triple-double to being traded away in consecutive years, this might just end up becoming the saddest downfall of any NBA Hall of Famer ever. Becoming the starting point guard for the team he grew up living and dying for has turned into his greatest nightmare. So, how will the Lakers handle the Russ situation? Let's get deep into this, but before going straight to the content, here is the brand new information on the channel, is that 3 lucky winners will get a chance to win PS5. You just have to comment on your views on this trade in the comments section below. Let's start today's topic. Around this time last year, LeBron was posting that he and Russ were working out together, and going out together while the two were preparing for a hopeful bounce-back season for the purple and gold. LeBron and Anthony Davis's relationship was well documented after many reports came out saying the two made a hard push for the Lakers to acquire him in a package deal with the Washington Wizards. Out went rising star Kyle Kuzma and one of LeBron's favorite sharpshooters in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, among other assets, for Russell Westbrook, the league MVP from a few years ago, a perennial All-NBA candidate, the highest-flying small guard ever, and the triple-double prince. He was expected to help lift LA back to their winning ways after an injury-ravaged 2020-21 season following their title in 2020. We don't exactly know what convinced LeBron to think that the naturally ill-fitting Westbrook would work alongside him and AD. Not only that, but LeBron reportedly chose Russ over Buddy Hield, an emerging young sharpshooter that we can all attest would have been an ideal fit in a LeBron-centric offense. That's not to mention that LeBron and AD reportedly signed off on quality, but aging players like Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza, and Dwight Howard. After LeBron and the Lakers came under fire for assembling an old team, or the 2011 All-Star team, LeBron took to Twitter to post a since-deleted tweet that read, "Keep talking about my squad, do me one favor, please. Please, I mean it. Keep that same narrative energy when it begins. That's all I ask." Are you sure about that, Bron? And, as we all found out, the Lakers were a sight for sore eyes last season when they won only 33 games and had the most humiliating season in franchise history. And honestly, this was probably the most embarrassing season of LeBron's career. If you haven't already, click the I button to watch the Russell Westbrook trade video right away. I mean, it got so bad that the Lakers somehow blew a 26-point lead to a Thunder team featuring nearly an entire roster of 19 and 20-year-olds. It got to a point where LeBron started cussing out his teammates in a home game versus the Raptors for not rebounding. For a franchise that has been the epitome of sports royalty and a winning culture, this season has been lifeless, lethargic, and downright pitiful. The most intriguing part of last season was, sadly, the play of Russell Westbrook. Yeah, we aren't talking about a good play, we're talking about shockingly bad turnovers, and shooting the ball off the top of the backboard. And even getting the Lakers front office to encourage coach Frank Vogel to bench Russ in the 4th quarter. There was almost a daily lowlight reel you could find somewhere on the internet of Russ. Fans got so used to all the losing that they got a kick out of calling Russ Westbrook, and even begging him not to shoot. When last season's trade deadline came and went, Russ remained on the team. After rumors speculated that a possible swap with the Houston Rockets for John Wall could be the only way the Lakers could dismiss the Westbrook cloud over the team. That obviously did not happen. So, more turmoil persisted. Russ often took subtle jabs at the coaching staff for not allowing him to play his game, and voiced frustration over his 4th quarter benching. The Lakers continued to lose, Vogel's seat got hotter, and more Russ bloop reels made their way to social media. In his exit interview to conclude the team's season, Russ said, "I'm not sure what his Frank Vogel's issue was with me. I can't give you an answer to why we never really connected." He went on to say that, "I had to try and prove myself to him. It's unfortunate, but out of my hands." Remarks like these stir up extreme backlash from fans and the media. People didn't like how Russ deflected blame and how he wouldn't take accountability for his poor play throughout the majority of last season. People again felt this way about Russ when he recently fired his longtime agent, whom he'd worked with throughout his 14 seasons in the NBA. The reports said that the decision happened because of irreconcilable differences. In other words, the agent insisted to Russ that he should want to remain a Laker, and not go to another team because he is no longer the superstar player he once was and won't get a great contract anywhere else. Russ, in response, fired him because Russ, who reportedly has had enough with the Lakers, would welcome a trade. And he still sees himself as a max contract level player. So Russ, offended by his agent's comments, fired him after a disagreement over what was best for his future in the NBA. Again, Russ caught some heavy backlash. Russ and the Lakers find themselves in an awkward stalemate. LeBron and Russ went from BBFs a summer ago to not even acknowledging one another at a Lakers Summer League game in early July. Reports swarming the Lakers insist that LeBron wants Kyrie Irving on the team. But Westbrook's contract remains untradeable. And the entire fiasco was intensified when reports came out recently saying that LeBron has no interest in playing with Russ next season. So, where do the Lakers go from here? Russ picked up his $47 million player option early in July and is set to make that outrageous amount come back next year. Kyrie, too, exercised his $36 million player option and is a Brooklyn Net for now. But of course, the biggest domino has yet to fall on Kevin Durant. The Kyrie trade rumors have gone somewhat quiet. But since the Kyrie talk emerged, another potential suitor to take on Westbrook's contract has emerged. The Indiana Pacers, featuring Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. But according to Bleacher Report's Tim Daniels, trade talks between LA and Indiana are, quote, dead, after the Lakers reportedly declined to include their 2027 and 2029 first-round draft picks. If the Lakers are desperate enough to get rid of Westbrook, they'll swiftly agree to whatever demands any trading partner may have. But apparently, they are at least entertaining the idea of bringing him back alongside AD and LeBron next year. As bad as the entire Westbrook ordeal is, the Lakers are in an unwinnable spot. The Lakers have a spectacular, but aging LeBron that still gives the Lakers title hopes. If they can surround him with stars that can fit his game and ease the scoring load. But notice I said, aging. The Lakers know that LeBron won't be around forever. Even if he continues to defy Father Time, he almost certainly won't be around in 2027 and not in 2029. Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka aren't willing to part ways with their only draft picks of the still distant future. Once LeBron retires within the next few years, they aren't working with much future compensation if they deal their picks away now to get some superstar help for LeBron. Yes, it makes sense to maximize LeBron's last year, 2, maybe 3 years in his prime. But the Lakers have to ask themselves, are we confident enough that we'll win a title in the next year or two, at the latest, by mortgaging our 2 future first-rounders for a star? Of course, the Lakers gave up a monumental chunk of their future by bringing in Anthony Davis from the Pelicans for a bunch of rising stars back in 2019. So, they never had much to work with in the first place. The other option for the Lakers is to just cut bait with Westbrook. If the Lakers choose to straight up release Russ, it'll officially mark the greatest downfall of one of the most exciting players to play the game. If they choose to pay Russ to stay away from the team, as the Rockets did with John Wall for 2 years, that's an option, too. Although that might just make room for more unneeded chaos and drama surrounding the team because of Westbrook's stature in the league. Of the 2 options, straight up eating Russ $47 million might just become the most feasible option. For the Lakers, if they get closer to the season without having found a trade partner for him. LeBron, Russ, and AD reportedly had a phone call and said that they would vow to make things work. But from what we saw take place last season, Russ and LeBron are like fire and water on the court. They, by every stretch of the imagination, just don't fit together. We saw what AD and LeBron did in spurts last season when Westbrook got benched or was off the floor. Same with Russ, he played his best game of last season against the Charlotte Hornets with no LeBron and AD. Russ can still be a perfect player. Just not on the Lakers. Russ, now at 33, is in the last year of the last max contract of his career. Well, unless some sort of miracle happens. For the sake of LA and Russ, they are better off going their separate ways as we wait and see what happens with this entire unprecedented situation. Being one of the greatest players of all time, it's a bit heartbreaking to say Russ had or is on a path to having the greatest downfall of a superstar in NBA history. Of course, that can all change if the Lakers can find Russ a suitable new home that'll help restore confidence in his game. But wow, talk about playing for your childhood dream team gone wrong. Completely terrifying. What wild times we're in. It might just be wilder than some of these comments that NBA legends have made about the greatness of Wilt Chamberlain. So what do you think about this trade? Do let us know in the comments section below and get a chance to win a brand new PS5. If you enjoyed watching the video, do like and share it, and yes, don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you so much.